Yes, I'm back with The Psychology of Money by Morgan Housel. I'm sure you watched my last video on Psychology of Money Part 1. Yes, where I revised chapter 1 to chapter 10. So today we are going to dive into chapter 11 to chapter 20. Honestly, there's a lot for you to learn. So stay tuned. Yeah, welcome back. So today I promise not to take all of your time. So I will try as much as possible to do this within a short period of time. So yes. And yeah, so I'm going to revise chapter 11 to chapter 20 today. I got a lot of feedback from my last video and I was so impressed. So I was like, so why not? Why not, continue with the video? It is really very impressive. Your support means a lot to us. So now let's dive in. So before we dive in, I would like you to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I would like you to turn on the notification button for more videos, and I would like to give me a thumbs up if you like the video. That's how we grow. Reasonable, rational. When it comes to finances, your financial life, you have to be very reasonable and not rational. You are not a spreadsheet, you are human beings. So you have to consider your emotions sometimes when you are doing something, like most of the time when it's involved your financial growth. Don't just be rational about it. You have to. So let's say, for example, you want to invest in a company and you invested in this company, and this company is now experiencing is now going through a very huge challenge of their life in the company. So what are you going to do? And honestly, if the company is experiencing a challenge, going through a phase, to have an impact on your stock, on your investment in the company. So but if the company is actually experiencing his happy moment, it's going to also have an impact in your investment. So now what will keep you going? What will keep you going in that company? What will stop you not to like relent and withdraw from the company? Is you being reasonable. It's your emotion. Okay, why did you invest in this company? First of all, yes, I understand that money is considered, money is put into consideration before you make a decision, but then you also have to be reasonable about it. Why did I invest in this company? Oh yeah, I love this company. I love the values they bring, and I believe so much in this company. So this will help you entrust the company and still want to work with them. So don't try as much as possible not to invest in a company that you don't find valuable, and you don't find it reasonable to you, and probably you don't really love it, and a company where you know that if anything go wrong with the company, you back out. So surprise, yes. There's one thing that comes with everything in this world is surprise. Sometimes when you understand that when you want to do something and sometimes you are confused, you don't really know the outcome of it, but you are hoping that it comes this way. You're hoping it's come this way, and so you're like, okay, even if the result is good, the result is not good, we are thankful. And then all of a sudden you just got the news, oh yes, the investment paid off. That surprise also works when it comes to financial freedom. In making financial decision, yes, history is one of the things that should be considered sometimes, but then you should have it in mind that there are things that happen now that have never happened in future. Sometimes history repeats itself, sometimes history doesn't repeat itself. So solely depending on history might have a negative impact on your finances. Yes, history helps us know, okay, learn from other people's mistake, and also have an idea of where a particular investment could lead to. But then we are not 100% certain that history will have an we're not 100% certain that history will have a huge impact in our financial life. So what this book is trying to make us understand that we should not solely depend on history. We should have it in mind that things that have never happened before, things that have happened now, at things that have never happened before. So things that have never happened before have the tendency to happen again. So it's like the world is evolving, so we have to evolve with the world. So we are not saying we should not learn, pick one or two from history, but you have to still understand that we cannot solely depend on history. Now this is where the surprise comes in, because you, according to history, you're expecting this kind of result. Probably you're expecting your pattern to fail, but then it's just turned out right. So realizing that the future might not look anything like the past is a special kind of skill that is generally looked highly upon by the financial forecasting community. When you go into the financial market, I make mistake, not like, oh, okay, I'll never make this mistake again, but it should. So, but the right approach to it is you understanding that, you know, the financial world is something that you cannot really predict. Using your past surprise as a guide to future boundary is something you should not accumulate. Number 13 is room for error. So according to what is being written here, it says that the most important part of planning is planning on your plan not going according to plan. I think we all underestimate the plan. We all underestimate the principle of planning on our plans. You know, we have to come to a realization that the world is not consistent. The world is not fair. Nothing is fair, nothing is consistent. So we just have to understand it. So when you are making plans based on when you are making any financial plans, you have to also make plans for that plan that you're making. You know, making plans for that plan is you accepting or acknowledging, or is you creating rooms for failure, that yes, anything can go wrong. I understand that as a Christian we believe in faith, that once I put my mind into this, I will get this thing. Once I say I'll get this thing, I'll get this thing. Well, it's not bad. It's okay for you to have faith, but you have to understand that the world is not consistent. So, okay, what if you are, what if you are investing, or let's just put this for example, you are working on an investment. So, okay, what if this investment do not work? So what other plans do I have? This will help you save budgets and distribute your money to different sources, and this will also help you have multiple stream of income. It will help you think outside the box, like, okay, what if my boss sack me? What if I lose my job? What if anything unpredictable happen? So what will I fall back to? So now this will actually help you in your financial journey. So making plans for your plan is not you losing faith. Making plan for your plan is not you being is not you going against the scripture. It is the word. The word is inconsistent. Everything is inconsistent. So because something went well for you last month doesn't mean it will happen again this month. So you have to always make plans. With this, it will help you not to get exhausted. It will help you not to, it will help you not to get exhausted on time. It will help you not to give up on time. You will change. You will change. I like this part because I like this part in this movie because it's something that is very relatable. Sometimes we all make a long-term plan, respect to money, respect to our careers and everything, that we fail to understand that we will change. Definitely. Our choice of career when we were teenager, while growing up, we just realized that, oh my God, we just find out that we are doing something entirely. Long-term planning is harder than it seems because people, goals and desires change over time. It's hard to make any long-term decisions when your view of what you will want in the future is likely to change. And this brings us to the principle of compounding. So whatever we find ourselves doing, we have to embrace little beginning. You have to build from start. When you come to acknowledge that you will change, it will help you to be very strategic in whatever you do. Personally, I'm a very strategic person. Sometimes I do some things and people are wondering why are you doing this, and I learned some things. Okay, why are you doing this? Because I know that, because I actually understand that where I'm going to, I might have to change direction sometimes to get to where I'm going to. I might have to make some decisions. I might have to change strategies, and exactly. So I cannot just tell myself that okay, this is just the only way I'll get to where I'm going to. This is just the only way I'll get to where I'm going to. Things could change, and that's why we have to embrace the principle of compounding. Whatever you are doing, keep building on it, keep building on it, keep building on it, keep building on it, keep building on it to have a very big impact in your future. Chapter 15. Nothing is free. Everyone wants to succeed, but not everyone is ready to pay the price. So now tell me, I know you want to succeed. I know you want to, you want to be very successful. I know you want to be wealthy. Now the question is, look at me. Are you ready to pay the price? Can you pay the price? I'll give you 5 seconds to answer the question. Yes, reason why some persons are wealthy, why some persons are poor. The difference is this. The one that is wealthy is ready to pay the price. Why the one that is not wealthy is not really ready to pay the price like that. So what exactly is the price you will pay? Price is not just about, it's not cent, it's not money, it's not currency, it's not volatility, it's not surge. Price is the price you pay is that uncertainty, fear, doubt, time, failure, so many odd things, that it's just so scary to partake in. So if you are ready to pay the price, welcome to the group. Number 16 is you and me. Now this is it. It's pretty good. We have to be careful of the kind of people we take financial advice from. Now you also understand that Mr. A is not you. Mr. A is not Mr. B. In your financial journey, you have to consider your goal, you have to consider your purpose, you have to consider where you are going to. Why do you want to have money? What is your strong why? So Mr. A strong why is different from your strong why. So meaning that your strong why, the reason why you want to be financially free, the reason why you want to be wealthy, will determine the kind of decisions you will make. We determine the kind of steps you will take. We determine the kind of sacrifice you will make. We determine the kind of failure you will embrace. We determine the kind of investment you engage in. So you can't say that because Mr. A is successful or working towards the path of success, then you work according to his own pattern. Because you might get it wrong. You might really, really get it wrong. Why? Because it doesn't have the right templates for your own journey in life. It doesn't have the right templates for your own journey in life, so you cannot make a decision based on his own template. So you have to be careful who you take advice, financial advice from. The seduction of pessimism. Optimism sounds like a sales pitch, while pessimism sounds like someone trying to help you. Pessimism is this understanding that something will always go bad. What is optimism? Optimism is belief that the odds of a good outcome are in your favor over time. So even when there will be setback along the way, real optimists don't believe that everything will be great. That is complacency. So pessimism reduces expectation, narrowing the gap between possible outcome and outcomes you feel great about. So expecting things to be bad is the best way to be pleasant. Expecting things to be bad is the best way to be pleasantly surprised when they are not, which ironically is something to be optimistic. Optimistic is good in our financial journey. Chapter 18 is when you will believe anything. Story can have a negative and a positive impact in our economy or our financial journey. Because sometimes we tend to make decisions based on the story we read, and yeah, it might be good and it might end up favoring us and it might end up not favoring us. So now we want to talk about the two things to consider in stories. So number one, the more you want something to be true, the more likely you are to believe a story that overestimates the odds of it being true. So everyone has an incomplete view of the world, but we form a complete narrative to fill in the gap. Coming to terms with how much you don't know means coming to terms with how much of what happens in the world is out of your control, and that can be hard to accept. So if we are saying that, because looking back at the story, you see that if you read some financial book, you understand that there's always a new edition. There's always a new edition of each book. Why? Because the way the financial market is being run in the past is different from the way the financial is run now. So we cannot say because they depend on their story, then we'll follow their story 100% and use it to determine our own outcome. So we have to understand that there is room for failure. So we have to understand that we don't really know anything. We don't really know anything. Having the understanding that you don't really know anything will help you want to know. So you shouldn't believe everything you hear, and you shouldn't really work based on the story that you've heard. You have to understand that times are different, seasons are different, economics are different. So but then they can serve as a yardstick or a guideline to have our own financial journey, but that doesn't mean that we have to use the exact formula being used, or we have to take the exact decision based on the story. So yes, chapter 19 is all together. So now in this chapter 19, Morgan Housel tells us that he can't tell us how to go about our own money. He can't tell us how to manage our own money. He can't tell us how to keep our own money. He can't tell us how to invest our own money. We all have our different goals, we have our different aspirations, we have our different why. So we know what is good for us. So looking at the principle listed from chapter 1 to chapter 18, you can pick any one that works for you. Okay, which one works for you? Investment, savings, which one works better for you? How do you plan on journey? How do you plan on going through this financial journey? How do you plan on embracing wealth? How do you plan on keeping your money? How do you plan on being successful in life? All these things will have an huge impact in the decisions you make in your financial life. So Morgan can't tell you what to do with your money. I can't tell you what to do with your money. No one can tell you what to do with your money. The only thing they can do is make suggestion. In chapter 20, Morgan Housel gives us a view on what he does with his own money. It tells us on how he embrace savings, on how he investment, on how the purpose of why he wants to be wealthy, because of freedom, freedom of time. So because he wants freedom, he wants to have his time. So your purpose for making money could be because you want to gain freedom over your time. The purpose of making money could be that you want to invest in stocks and marketing. Your purpose for having wealth could be good, but you have to have it in mind that wealth is not what you see. Wealth is not what you can see, but what you cannot see. So understanding this will help you choose your role model wisely. So you can't say because this person's flag shows us everything, does it, and now put it as a yardstick for him to model. You have to be smart enough to identify what true wealth is, and I'm sure that the psychology of money has helped us to understand it. So if you are watching this video for the very first time and you are confused, why is this person starting from chapter 11? I just want you to understand that we've gone far. I want you to click on this video to start from chapter 1. On this video, I revised chapter 1 to chapter 10 of psychology of money. So if you learned one or two things from this, I want you to drop it on the comment section. And please, if you want more tips on broad sales, content creation, and other things, so I want you to please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I promise to bring in content that will blow your mind. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.